Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be breaking the box in Spire of the Watcher. Generally, for an IRB, you need two people. One to go wherever, and another to trigger an Autorez. But in Spire of the Watcher, things line up just right so that one person can do both. This Solo IRB was found by GGen. I'll give you a link to his video on it below. It will require us to complete the entrance encounter solo, of course. I'll give you a little video of my preferred route for that here. You don't need to do it solo, of course. If you have a group of people, you can use the Autorez from finishing the entrance encounter instead of the one we're going to end up using. There are 3 Autorezes in a row before a joining allies, but we won't actually have to use all of them here. In fact, one of them will do. But don't worry, we'll be taking advantage of that complexity in a future video. I would recommend saving the last 4 for the end, so you don't have to deal with any of the supplicants. The route here has you going between all of them in a fairly efficient manner, I think. If you're doing this solo, you have to be very careful not to die, or you'll have to start the whole thing again.
It is unusual to see Soul Divisive Vex outside the Black Garden.
Ending the entrance encounter will trigger the first Autorez if you have allies to allow you to take advantage of that. Just going to switch into my glitching gear. And now, after being very careful not to die, it's very important that you do. This is where we'll be setting our IRB point for later. Luckily, that survives a wipe. And now we're back to not dying. If you die from here going forwards, you'll have to either reset the point or restart depending on how far along you are. Right when we get to the bottom of this drop here, we've triggered the second Autorez. We're going to be using the third Autorez. Normally I would just sword fly to the end here, but because we're solo, we can't really regen our ammo effectively, so I'm opting for the less Titan-specific route. We're getting pretty close to the next part where interesting things happen. So I've not had any luck hitting this when I'm not at 30 FPS. Thanks to JB3 for tips on hitting this death to load.
Could it be linked to my visions?
I would also recommend using Eager
Why else
Edge.
would the witness be interested in these files?
You might be able to get it with a shoulder charge, but it'll be less consistent. You'll want to line yourself up with the right here, and aim a swing a little bit into the wall. And there you have it. There happens to be a Autorez right before you hit the load. So by going fast enough with a little bit of delay, I guess we can trigger the Autorez ourselves. The buildings here are solid, but the surrounding rocks are not. Of course, this is Destiny, so there could be a random rock or two out there that is solid. Won't really know unless we bump into all of them. Well, we've got a low-resolution version of the entrance encounter. Except this one is out of box, so you can climb up the entirety of this little tower thing here. There are some interesting things to see, so let's take a brief look around. The view will be better at the top, though. These little solar panel offshoot things are solid, although they are a bit tricky to stand on. They give a little boost to your climbing, so I would recommend using them. And we've just got the final antenna sort of thing. It's possible to fly across back into the first encounter area, but let's go see what's over here. I wonder if there'll be anything of the starting area. Certainly the rock features, but I'm not expecting too much out this way. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Some sort of rail line, I guess? Wonder if that's solid. And it is not. It is kind of neat, though. I'm not too interested in hitting the true edge, so I'm gonna turn this around. End of the line. And now, just in case you were curious about that flight back into first, just gotta push through the turn back. And nice and easy. I hear it makes for a very fun well skate if you can do that. The low texture version doesn't look too bad from out here. I don't expect solo IRBs will be that common, but it's possible that you may be able to work one out using the second Autorez. So perhaps give that one a try.